If you think you've got some crazy travel stories, think again. Oh, I'm getting tired carrying that big satchel. Wow. Our next guest has quite literally visited everywhere in the world, all 201 countries, without catching a plane and on a shoestring budget.
It was an amazing adventure, I'm sure you'll agree. It lasted just over 4 years, but obviously the memories are going to last a lot longer. Let's take a look at some of them.
We all dream about travelling the world, but some dreams are bigger than others.
Go, 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 go!
Meet Graham Hughes, a man on a mission.
I plan to travel to every single country in the world in just 1 year, not only setting a new world record, but raising oodles of cash for charity in the process. And just to make things interesting, I'm not even going to fly. It'll be incredible, it'll be exhilarating, it'll be difficult. We just got stopped by the police.
5 people trapped inside. I feel sick, I feel physically sick.
It'll be exhausting, but the main thing is it is possible.
Yeah, all by land and sea. Ironically, we had to fly him to Panama City to get this interview. Anyway, adventurer Graham Hughes is in a good mood this morning. Welcome to Weekend Sunrise. Great to have your company. Now, you officially hold the Guinness World Record for fastest time to visit all countries by public surface transport. What did you learn from all that travel, Graham?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think the main thing that I learned was that you can't judge people by the actions of their governments. So you might go to a country that gets a really bad rap in the media, and people think that it's a terribly dangerous country. And then you actually go there, you meet the people who live there, and they're the most friendly, hospitable, most caring and decent people you could hope to meet.
Yeah, right.
You've had some incredible adventures, Graham. Been arrested many times, jailed twice. You climbed to the top of Giza's Great Pyramid and ran the US blockade to get into Cuba, and then this happened.
We're about 135 miles now from any kind of land. In the middle of the ocean, on a boat with 10 people who don't speak a word of English, and everything's made of wood. We don't have a sail, or oars, or a radio. I don't know why there's 10 of them. You only need one person to operate the motor and steer. What will the other 9 do while he's doing that? I have no clue.
Tell us about that adventure.
Oh, well, that was my journey from Dakar in Senegal to Praia in Cape Verde. I was trying to take a sailboat or a cargo ship like I normally did to get to these little island states, but there was just nothing available, so I ended up taking a pirogue, which is a 40-foot wooden canoe with these 10 Senegalese fishermen, and I paid them to take me over there, and on arrival, unfortunately, they thought that I was a people smuggler, the worst people smuggler ever, because obviously I travel with the people I'm smuggling, put my own life in danger, and they put us in jail for 6 days once we arrived. And that was pretty. That was pretty bad. We ended up in this little tiny cell. It was only about 3 meters by 3 meters, and we all had to sleep on the floor.
Yes, yeah. Well, Cape Verde jails are rated amongst the least comfortable in Africa, actually.
On TripAdvisor.
Now, you said you met a lot of terrific people along the way. There's a great story about Jen, the Filipino lady boy, one of your more memorable encounters. Can you tell us about Jen?
Oh, yeah. I was on a boat, I was on a ferry going from Borneo, Malaysian Borneo, over to Mindanao in the Philippines.
Yes.
And while I was there, I was filming myself for the TV show, and one of the passengers on board asked if he could talk to me, and he sat me down, and he was a Sulu Island separatist, and they wanted to set up a new state called the Sulu Islands that was independent from the Philippines. They wanted to have Sharia law, they wanted to have a sultan, and he wanted me to speak to him, and I was filming it all on my camera, and he kept talking for over an hour. And he's a very nice guy, but eventually this girl came over to me and said, "Hey, do you fancy doing some karaoke?" And I was like, "Yes," and I went off and had some beers and karaoke. So saying I got saved is a little bit of hyperbole, I know, but it was a very entertaining evening, I have to say.
You were extracted by a ladyboy, Graham. There's no other way to put it.
A couple of things, some tips for people who might want to do a similar journey. And did you plan before you left, or did you sort of wing it the whole way, so to speak, without a plan?
I planned my basic journey all the way from Uruguay to Papua New Guinea, and then once I got that far, getting around the Pacific Islands, which proved a huge challenge logistically. I just had no clue how I was going to do it, so that was the part that I just winged. As far as advice for people who want to go and see the world, my advice is just go and do it. It doesn't have to be expensive. I did it on a shoestring budget. Things like couch surfing, Airbnb, keep your costs down, public transportation, and eating street food, you know, not going out and dining at fancy restaurants.
Yes.
And you'll be amazed at how much just a few dollars will get you.
Yeah, sure. Listen, Danny, we have to leave it there, sadly. Sorry, Graham, we've got to leave it there, sadly. I've made that mistake twice now. Graham, we've got to leave it there. But it's an incredible adventure, and we'd encourage people to get online and have a look at it. It raised a lot of money for WaterAid as well, ensuring safe, sanitised, potable water for people in developing countries. So good on you, mate. Enjoy putting your feet up for a little while, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Graham/Danny.
Yeah, well, when his people
wanted to know
smuggling, he
what
goes under the name Danny.
When you come back from a trip and they say, what's your favourite highlight? Like, you wouldn't be able to name your favourite country, I'm sure.
Well, I think being extracted by a Filipino ladyboy from a separatist would be... That's a highlight.
All right.